You can support this show at patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. Hello, welcome back. Skyrim Addict podcast. It's just me and Ray today.
Howdy, howdy.
We're doing a little Skyrim. I hopped back into my character a little bit. You've watched some videos, you said.
Yeah, and I sent my survival character to bed.
Oh, did you?
So that I could level up.
You finally laid down. Nice. Oh God. Yeah, I hopped back into my my survival one. I was actually playing it this morning, and I guess it was like maybe a week or so ago. I decided to go because I have the Argonian. I'm on survival, and I decided to go up to, and I'm using the Creation Club survival, not like whatchamacallit, was it Frostfall? What's the one? What's the mod?
Yeah, or I need.
Yeah. I'm using the Creation Club version, not the mods. Too. Yeah. So as an Argonian, going anywhere cold is really bad.
Right.
So I took a carriage to the College of Winterhold. So I got there and it was like eat immediately and run inside was pretty much what happened. So I started College of Winterhold because I wanted to go up. But I don't have a warmth spell. And I don't think I have a mod for a warmth spell yet. So I gotta actually add some magic mods because I need a warmth spell. Because as an Argonian, like half the map is kind of cut off to me because it's too cold for me to go to.
Yeah. It's and the one advantage that you do have being an Argonian is negated by the fact that it's too cold to go in the water.
Yeah. Oh God, I made that mistake once. I jumped in the water. I forget, it was by some cave, and it was like immediately like you are freezing. Get out of the water. It was like I was in there for like 5 seconds. I think I was when I was looking for the goldfish or something.
Yeah.
And there was like a pond that I could go to get it. Did you do all the fishing stuff?
Yeah, I went all the way through the fishing.
Oh, nice. I'm on the I'm on the second part, the where you get the lucky hat and do the rainy the rainy parts.
Yep.
I'm halfway done that, so I'm gonna play around with that some more.
Yeah, well, and so that doesn't help a survival character either.
No,
having to fish in the rain.
yeah, you get drenched. You're in the rain, and depending on what kind. Thankfully, these are the temperate fish, so it's not like super cold areas. But like, I assume at some point I'm gonna have to go to really cold areas and fish. So I'm gonna need like a warmth spell because I have on as much gear as I can and as warm a gear as I can possibly have on. Everything I have is like as warm as I could possibly be with a cloak and everything. I even added a cloak. I did mod to add a cloak, so I had some more warmth.
That was one thing that I was surprised didn't come with Creation Club. Of all the stuff that they have in there, why in the heck do they not have a cloak?
Yeah, exactly.
Mod in Creation Club.
They fit perfectly in the game. It's not like anything unusual, and it's such a simple thing. Of all the things they have in there, you would think a cloak mod would be like the simplest of all.
Just be automatic. Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. So I was like, ugh. So I went up to College of Winterhold, and I'm like, man, I cannot even make it up over the mountain to go to where do you meet? What's his name? Sarthal. Yeah. I'm like, that's just like, I'm going to head back down south. And of course, there's no fast traveling other than carriages. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to go head to Windhelm and then grab a carriage and get back to my house and reset and all that. And somehow I ended up in this quest where the Forsworn are moving closer with Crowfoot and stuff. I don't know. I think that might be a Creation Club thing too.
Yeah, that sounds like it. It's not familiar otherwise.
Yeah, I think I got and at the end, you end up getting like some dragon plate armor, which is neat because I have no dragons in the game. So I was able to acquire some armor that I'm never going to be able to make because I haven't kicked off dragons. So, but again, it was up at Archwind Point, which is super cold. So I died like 4 times going through there because my health was like halfway down because I was tired and cold.
Right.
And on the top of a mountain in the middle of the night. So it was like,
yeah.
And there was nowhere to sleep. Yeah. I was completely screwed the whole way. I did pick up Ilya at Dark Lake Tower down, by Riften.
Right.
Cause I wanted to
did you build the camping supplies?
I did. I don't have them with me though. I forgot to grab them.
Oh, shoot.
Because I've been
because at least that'll give you a little campfire to sit by.
Exactly. Because I've just been going back and forth between cities. I haven't really been questing. So I've only really just been going from, was it Goldenhills to Whiterun or to Riverwood or to Riften. So there hasn't really been much need for camping because I can make each place in time or I can stop at an inn or whatever. Especially Whiterun, I get there pretty quickly, right across the plains. And all of a sudden, I started adventuring around, and I'm like, oh, I forgot my camping gear is like in a barrel in the basement or something.
Yeah.
So I do have to add that because otherwise, I am not going to make it traveling north and doing things up north much longer.
Yeah. Stay in the southern half of the map.
Yeah, and I don't know how. I'm not going to be able to really swim out to different places north of whatchamacallit, what is it? College of Winterhold. There's like what's the jail that's out there in the middle of the water? I forget what it's called. But that's where the Winterhold prison is, I think. It's out on the ice. It's out in the water. Okay. And there's a bunch of frost atronachs and stuff in there. But you have to swim to get there, so I'm not getting there. There's no way.
Not in that water.
And then half of whatchamacallit? Oh, why can't I think of the name? Dragonborn DLC.
Oh, when you get to the Skull Village?
Yeah, up like at the Skull Village and all that, and up where the Reeklings hang out. Like I'm like, it's going to be much more difficult with that much lower health.
Right.
So I definitely have to work on getting a warmth spell. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to add some kind of magic mod, probably just something basic that'll have that.
The one thing about the fishing mod that I found very counterintuitive is that the very best fishing pole you get, its main attribute is that it's better at catching junk.
Oh, great. Oh, man. Well, that seems helpful. Yeah, because you get enough like tankards and other
lanterns.
Lanterns and other random crap all the time. Well, I didn't know, like, I went to start that second part, the rainy fish quest or, whichever. Yeah. But I hadn't like fully read everything. So it showed me where I could go to do it, and I started doing it, but I wasn't catching anything. And I'm like, what? I wasn't getting the hat. You have to catch the lucky hat first, and then you can do rain can start and all that. And I'm like, what's going on? Why am I'm like, I caught like swords and lanterns and pots and everything else. And I'm like, I still haven't gotten the hat. But all I had to do was read the book, like open it and actually read it. And it allowed, I had to go back down to the Riften Fishery, go in there, read the second volume of the fishing book. Right. And then it officially fully kicked it off. And then I had to go all the way back up to Iverstead and go to the fishing spot and fish from there.
And so you've learned, because now every single time you go through one of the stages, you have to go back there in that little room,
read the book
and start it off again.
Yeah, and I couldn't even fast travel back there. I had to ride my horse all the way back there after getting all the way over to Iverstead. So I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, oh, all that just to kick it off. And then, of course, I was in the rain, so I was wet and all that.
Yeah. So I just started. I realized that it was going to, that survival was definitely going to require a horse.
Yeah, for sure.
And I haven't done the, catch your wild horse thing yet. So I bought the map from the guy in Riften, because I happened to be in Riften at the Riften stables. And so now my next thing is I'm going to go off and find me a wild horse that I can tame.
Oh, yeah.
See how that whole thing works.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I stumbled across today was the rabbit pet.
Oh, yeah.
I got the rabbit today. I was just heading, I forget where I was going, but I went past the alchemist shack and I read a note and they're like, tame the rabbit. I'm like, oh, wait, the rabbit's here. So now I have a rabbit running around with me, which I'm going to take back to Goldenhills. But yeah, I have a good bit of the pets now, actually. Cool. I did do the taming horses, I think, I don't think it was with this character. I think it was with my vanilla one that I'm maxing everything out on. I did do the taming horses with that. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was at least something. It was a different way of attaining a horse,
Now, I really, really hope that the rabbit will attack things.
It has.
like the rabbit in Monty Python.
Oh my God! Yeah, yes. I wonder if that was like the inspiration for the rabbit pet. Honestly, I don't know what its carry weight is though. I haven't tried to give it anything.
Oh yeah,
but I know like the fox I have at the house, he can carry some stuff. So, so I have the fox, the goat. I had Miko, and I sent him home, but I think he went back to Miko's shack.
Okay.
But I meant for him to go to the plantation.
Gotcha.
But I don't think he did. I think I would have to take him there or something. But the rabbit would probably go, when I send it home, would probably go to the Goldenhills plantation or farm. So I might try and send it there when I'm there.
I'm still pretty companion adverse.
Yeah.
So I haven't really done anything with any of that.
I only the goat one. I wanted to get the goat, but you know where they're super convenient. You can teleport them. So when I get over encumbered, like I have like a bunch of carry weight like rings and stuff like that, and potions, obviously. But if I just like when I'm out, looking for ingredients or looking for whatever crafting materials, I can teleport the goat there, load it up, and it'll just be back at the farm, back at the house, and I don't have to worry about like having it follow me or anything like that. It'll just go there. So it's a good way to like transport gear. And the more of them you have, you could technically load them all up and just send them back and use them to transport gear. So it gives you like this extra carry weight that kind of like a workaround for the carry weight. Where you just
that would be pretty handy because it's incredibly low on survival mode.
Yeah, it's not high. No, it's not high at all.
Yeah, I think I finally got mine built up to about 140 pounds.
Oh God. Yeah, I have. I guess it's 4 items you can have with carry weight. I think 3 or 4, whatever it is. Necklace, ring, and boots. And there might be one more thing you can have with carry weight, and they have like 30 or 40 each on it. So it gives me enough where I can.
Yeah, I got to start working on all that stuff because, I've put a couple of points into stamina.
Yeah,
to try to get that boosted up, and it's just not enough.
And I can, since I'm completely maxed out in alchemy, I can make a potion that has a decent amount, like 70, 80 carry weight or something like that. It might even be more now, but I can make that, and it gives me that extra boost. I have Ilya for right now following me around, but I don't know. I prefer in survival going solo. It's just easier. I can avoid fights and things if I'm not quite ready for them, instead of getting involved in them because my follower is there.
The most crucial ingredient I've found so far to survival mode is salt pile.
Yes.
You got to have a ton of salt pile.
You know where there's a lot is the Riften docks.
Yeah.
In those barrels, there's so much salt in there.
Yeah, but it doesn't last very long.
No, it doesn't when you're cooking.
Because you're eating
doesn't.
all the time. Yeah. I eat a lot of salmon.
Yes, salmon and what's the other thing? I bought some. Oh no, I was up north, so I killed a lot of horkers.
Okay.
So and there's 380 points of food, I guess you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, of hunger.
And the salmon's nice because it's so light.
Oh yeah, weighs like nothing. Yeah, the horker's like 2. I think 2. Whereas the salmon's like 0.1 or 0.2, something like that. It's not even a half. Yeah. That is nice. I do have a lot of salmon in the house, in a barrel. And everywhere I can find salt or buy salt, I get it.
That in survival, I think that is the most precious item.
Oh yeah, I think well, when I travel, if like I'm staying over in a city before I come back, I don't eat the food I have. I always order something at whatever inn I'm at.
Gotcha.
That way I have the food. I have enough now from fishing and stuff. But yeah, the salt is the is the drawback. If you don't have salt, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
And there's some
and then my fallback is leeks.
Oh yeah, leeks. Yep.
Because you can do the cooked leeks without any salt.
Yeah, yeah. There is like some recipes that don't relieve hunger at all, though.
Really?
There's like some soups and stuff that don't give you any hunger points. And I'm like, oh, well, this stinks. I just wasted all my time making this soup, and now it's like
must be egg drop soup.
Yeah, it's like no, it was one of the like really hearty ones too. It was like the vegetable potato, I don't know, like cow or something. You know, it was like it was like gives you boosts your stamina and this other stuff, but it doesn't relieve the hunger issue.
Huh.
So it's like this is a little strange. I don't know why it wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Or if I'm going through like a dungeon or mine or whatever, I just eat all the apples I can find because there's always apples and everything.
Right. Yeah.
I just eat as I'm going along, so I don't have to use my own stuff. And I stopped growing food at the at Goldenhills, and I just grow my ingredients at this point.
Ingredients.
Yeah. I have more milk than I could ever know what to do with from. Every time I go back, I look in that cabinet, and it's just like milk, and there's goat's milk, there's eggs. Well, there's ingredients in there too. That's a nice thing. You don't even have to pick the ingredients. I mean, you can still go out and pick them, but then also other stuff does show up there. So, but I'm at the point where
I never did get very far with that farm.
Oh no. Yeah. I planted what I did was I eventually planted the things I was going to use for making specific potions,
right?
That I could plant. So that was what I did. But it does generate. I get a good amount of gold every time I ask him. I think I have Sven overlooking the farm, and every time I come back, it's like 4,000 gold, 3,000 gold after a couple days. So I'm like, oh well, it's not bad. It's doing pretty well. But I think I've upgraded it to the point where it can go like where it doesn't. You can't go much more than a very basic level. It would be nice if you could like expand it a little more, or it has a very basic upgrade. It's not even Hearthfire level of upgrading. It's kind of a little lower than that even. I mean, you do have to do the same, make some stuff. Still, I think it's like the forge area and some things. Oh, and the house for the people who work there, and a few other things like a pen for the animals and stuff, and a stable. You can build that stuff, but you can't like upgrade the house at all. You can't upgrade the farm at all. So, like that would be a plus to be able to do that, I think. Or if there was
kind of like the mod Halyarkin farm where you you build the guard tower and the barracks and the rooms for the farm hands and stuff like that.
Yeah. I wish you could like expand the crops or things like that, but
build a greenhouse.
Yep. Yeah, greenhouse would be really nice, actually. Yeah, I have like a summer grass mod that I'm using, so everything is pretty lush. But I also then can't find some of my stuff because there's grass growing around it.
Right.
So I'm like, what's in here? Like,
yeah. Well, what are those goats doing? Yeah. How can they need to keep this stuff down?
Yeah. So I've kind of like taken and I started. Basically, how I started questing was I got angry. I think I said last time I got sick of the bandits, so I started taking them all out. And that's what kind of led me to Winterhold. And then, so now like Ilya is coming with me and we're just going to wipe out bandit encampments wherever we can and pick up some crafting material along the way. And learn to fish also. I think one of the only quests I did was the 10 bear pelts in Iverstead for Tendra or whatever her name is. I actually finished that and brought her the pelts, which I haven't done in a long time because I usually make stuff out of them. So
right, yeah.
But I brought them back to her. I was like, oh, I haven't done this quest in a long time, and I got like an ebony war axe with fire. It was actually a pretty good like thing that I got. I was like, oh, well, that's not bad. I ended up giving it to Ilya. So I don't know what, if that's useful for her or not.
Yeah, I mean, how often does she go melee?
Not very often. She's usually like got her frost cloak happening and throwing ice shards and like,
right.
That's about it. There's not a whole lot of melee happening. I did enchant her bow. She had a hunting bow, so I just threw some enchantment on it. I don't know if she even uses that much. And I gave her some of the lightning, fire, and ice arrows. So maybe she'll use those.
Cool.
And I went through, I think I went through like Mizkalift or something like one of them. One of the ones that's up on the northern coast. There's the bandits in it. I forget which one it is though. It might be that one or it might be Mizolft, one or the other. But and then it goes into the Falmer area. It's where you can bring the cube and open up to go down into Blackreach. There's like a Centurion at the end and off to the left. Yeah.
Where those two are fighting. You can get the Tarj of the Blooded.
Was it that one that I went to? Or no, it was the other one where you can open up maybe it's you open it up with the sphere, the one I'm thinking of. There's just a single Centurion at the end, and off to the left there's a gate with the thing you can open up.
Yeah.
Or right
where the bones are stuck in the gears.
Oh no, there's that one too. Yeah, I forgot about that one. This one's just a hallway. Okay. But yeah, you're right. That one's exactly that way too. With all the bones you got to pull out.
There's also the one where you get the Gleam Sever.
Oh yeah.
For Mule the Lioness.
Yep. Yeah, which one? I'm trying to remember the name of the one. I know, like I can picture the one I was in, but the name.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, and but at the end of the day, it's one of those ones that you can't pronounce.
Yeah, you can't pronounce it anyway. So
yeah.
I think it was Minch Kaleft or that one, if I'm not mistaken. Because Mizolft is the one that you actually.
That's where the guys from Cyrodiil are hiding in there.
Yeah. So I don't think it was that one. Yeah, this one did have Falmer plus. There was some bandits in the beginning, but yeah, I kind of rolled through there, and had some fun. And I don't know, I don't know if I'm going to go start any kind of main quest or anything like that. I'm just going to keep sticking to all the kind of little stuff I've been doing. Maybe do some of the Creation Club things. Since I am pretty much done with alchemy for the time being because I completely leveled it up. So
gotcha.
My character's kind of learning other things. So I've been doing a lot more smithing and stuff. So I might add Ars Metallica, so all the crap I collect from the bandits I can then use for something.
Right.
So that's possible too.
Yeah. So I haven't been able to play much, but I have been watching a lot of videos. Stuck on the couch. And, one that's really cracked me up. So Victor and I both talked about this YouTuber before, Major Slack.
Oh yeah, yep.
And he's doing a survival run, but his character has to always wear the cowl from the Gray Fox.
Oh God.
So every time he's so all guards are hostile to him.
All the time. Yeah.
And so he's also got the what is it? The bow of shadows, the one that turns you invisible.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So he's using that. It's pretty hilarious.
Oh man.
Especially so if you take the carriage ride to Falkreath,
mm-hmm.
it drops you off right there, at the front gate.
Oh yeah, it does.
And there's always at least 2 guards there. Well, one time he got dropped off, and it was one of those where, the guards hadn't been loaded in yet.
Oh no!
And so every guard in town was all right there at the entrance.
Oh man,
and it's pretty funny.
Oh,
it's a funny series, just to kind of chuckle at.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. Yeah,
he's got a fun sense of humor, and gets his ass kicked a lot by the guards.
Yeah, if you have to wear the cowl the whole time, and then that's yeah, and Falkreath, I find that happens a lot where you get there and the guards all load in.
Yeah.
They're kind of just milling around right outside the inn every time you get there, and there's always like 10 or 15 of them. So that's probably a bad place to get dropped off with the carriage.
Yeah, and I thought the couriers were bad, but
oh no.
You can't even if you go into a town and the courier stops you, you're dead.
Oh God, yeah, you're in the middle of a conversation, and then God.
But all the guards can just wail away at you.
Oh, that seems like a pretty fun playthrough.
Yeah, I don't know that I could do it because it's just so so annoyingly tedious to constantly be eating.
Oh God,
just so that you can keep your sneak up.
Yeah,
because as you get hungry,
yep,
your stamina goes down,
yep,
and your sneak gets
worse,
less effective.
Yep, everything gets oh God, so you're constantly having to I guess you would have to the optimal thing would be to get like an invisibility spell at some point.
Yeah, but you've got to get your illusion up to 65.
Yeah, that's pretty high up. That's true. That's a pretty high illusion. Yeah. And it's not like there's a lot of places to sneak in the towns to get around. Like everything's pretty opened up. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe Windhelm you could sneak around a little bit down those like side alleys and stuff.
Yeah, and the bow of shadows evidently the noise that it makes when it
alerts them
and it disengages will alert the guards.
Oh, well, that's helpful. I haven't really used that, I don't think. I mean, I've had it, but I don't think I've ever used it.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things, by the time you get it, everything else is more powerful that you have.
Yeah.
So you don't end up using it, one of those kind of items, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, and he had to kind of do a little bit of finagling because I think he was level 2 when he got it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But what he used the telekinesis arrows.
Oh, nice.
And so, I think he suspended 7 arrows before he unleashed them on the assassin.
Oh, jeez. I've never used the telekinesis arrows. I mean, I've seen them, but I've never actually.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've only seen them in video.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them in game, like to purchase and stuff, or craft or whatever, and but I've never actually used them.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine that that's really the only, the only benefit would be to, just stage up, either, one really hard target with a bunch of arrows or, a bunch of different stationary targets that you could kill all at one time.
Yeah, get them all at once. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I actually didn't even know what they did when I saw them. I was like, well, does it, like, if I hit an item, does it fly to me? Is that what they're about? But yeah, it was confusing at first when they were kind of first around. I was like, because the telekinesis spell is you're, basically levitating things or whatever. But
right, yeah.
Which I haven't used in quite a while, but is a fun spell. I think I ran through Bleak Falls Barrow too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to think. No, I haven't yet. I avoided the temptation of doing that. I was going to, and I was like, no, because then I'll end up starting the dragon stuff, and I don't really want to. So I want to keep going on my just wandering around, basically riding my horse back and forth, wearing a path between Goldenhills and Whiterun over and over and over and over again. I think I've taken 5 different routes to Riften too. I think I've found all the possible routes to Riften that I could possibly take in the past couple weeks. The only place, like I said, the only place I have trouble getting to is Winterhold and Dawnstar a bit. Dawnstar I can kind of ride along the coast, and it's seemingly not as cold on the coast for some reason. Maybe Winterhold's a little colder. I don't know. Or there's more caves.
The wind's always blowing there.
Oh god, it's yeah. It's I got to go back up there, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Because I'm either going to have to eat a lot and hop on a carriage, or really just get on my horse and get up there and just fight through the cold as best I can with my poor Argonian. If you go to the facelift person in Riften, can you change your race there?
I don't know. I mean, that's one part of the game that I have never done.
I have actually never done it either, because I've always had a character. I'm like, well, why would I? I'm not going to change my character. I don't actually. I don't know. I'll have to. That may be something I explore. I wonder if it would change the attributes for survival, though, if it did, or if I would assume it would. I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, you got to think, because if it changes your race, those attributes go with the race.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, I mean, it should be built into the game to do that. I don't know if that's the case though. Or if you
change it to an orc,
that would be pretty good. Yeah. Because I thought the Argonian would be great because I could go swimming a lot and not have to worry about drowning. But I literally can't swim or I'll freeze. So it's really not worked out as well as I would have hoped. I didn't want to go with another, wood elf again or anything like that. And it had been a long time since I had played an Argonian, so I kind of I was like, oh, let me hop into that and try that. But orc is another one I haven't tried in a while either. Because let's see, I'm trying to think the last time I played. I might have played a 2-handed character on Switch that was an orc. But it's been a while since I played on Switch. That was like when it first came out on there. So I think I went 2-handed orc on the Switch for a bit just to see what it would be like. Because I haven't really played 2-handed much, regardless of Switch or not.
Yeah, I haven't played an orc in a long time. I had loaded up a profile with the Orc Stronghold player home and Orc companions and a bunch of other stuff Orc related, and made a crafting character, which was pretty fun. Those mods were good. I mean, I had there was, I think, 3 different orcs, and you could alternate between, who was following you.
Oh, okay.
And I had the female orc following me, and she was just so snarky.
Oh, really?
And that's what I really love in a companion.
Oh yeah,
If I'm going to drag you around, I want you to be as snarky as possible.
At least it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, who was it? Marigolds in Discord brought up the mod that was it the not personality, what is it called? Why can't I remember? You're good where you end up good or evil basically.
Oh yeah, the reputation.
Why couldn't I think of that word? Jesus. Yeah. That seems pretty interesting.
That one's tough.
Yeah, that seems pretty. Yeah, like I know like the Fable games had that, and I loved it in there. It worked well in there, but that's something I'd like to try loading up for sure, just to mess around with it and see. But yeah, it does seem like it would create some issues.
Yeah, gosh, I can't remember what I did. I had helped out one of the factions and saved this massive number of people from something.
Oh no.
But ended up getting vilified because I think it was because I had helped a Daedra. And like, but all those people I saved.
I just saved everyone. Wasn't good enough.
No.
Well,
so then the first thing I did was join the Dark Brotherhood.
Well, there you go.
Like, all right, well,
might as well now. Yeah.
You're gonna be mad at me.
In the was it in Fable 1? Might have been Fable 1 or Fable 2, whatever it was. They had it. Your character actually physically changed as well. As you became more evil, you became more menacing looking.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, so you had like a visual aspect to it as well, which I kind of liked, which was pretty interesting. Which would be pretty cool to do.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
I'm trying to think what else I've done. I haven't really done much else in game because with the character, I'm just kind of going back and forth a lot. I'm selling a lot less stuff and just more trying to eliminate all the bandits in Skyrim, which of course will never happen, but gives my character something to do.
Right.
And leads me to different places where I end up doing other things and gets me involved in other parts of the game. So I might, since I had the thing, the Creation Club quest with Crowfoot or whatever it was, that kind of got me into the Forsworn. So I might use that to kind of jump off and get involved in the Forsworn conspiracy stuff, since they were invading an area that I lived in, and I had to almost freeze to death to go take them out. Oh God. It's really cold at Archwind Point, by the way. And then,
yeah, I'm not sure how long I'll be able to put up with survival mode, but it has been fun to mess around with.
I think I'm up to like level 35 or 36 now in survival.
Yeah, level 7. So
yeah,
it's like, okay, that was fun. Next,
the early part of it though was all like the alchemy stuff I was doing. I was just going out looking for ingredients and things like that. So I was really just building up levels doing that. Wasn't really doing a lot of other stuff. A little hunting as well. I was hunting for food, so there was that too. I would, kill some elk and deer and, whatever else was around. Catch some salmon, of course.
Yeah.
But that's it. That was kind of how I worked that character on the early levels. Now I'm higher level, but I'm like higher level, but not like real strong on things that I would need to face the enemies that are higher level. So,
yeah, as you're rapidly jacking up the level of your enemies, but your one-handed skill is still at 20.
Yeah, like even my archery isn't all that high because all I've been doing is really killing game.
Yeah.
And then a few bandits here and there, like recently. So that hasn't even leveled up super high. So I had a bunch of Draugr Death Lords that I was coming up against. because I broke level 30 or whatever, and I'm like,
right.
oh, I'm like, this is gonna be so bad. This is just gonna be really bad because my potions are like useless on them. It's like, oh, that didn't work. You're like,
yeah.
So like I have like a paralyzed potion that paralyzes them for like 18 seconds, and then does like 18 points of health damage per second, but it doesn't work on them. so I'm like, oh well,
Yeah.
More...
Yeah, really, if you're leveling up, one of the mercantile skills, you've got to also make sure that you're spending all your hard-earned money on training.
Yes, yeah.
To get your combat skill, up there along with everything else.
This is true. I have enough coin where I should have been doing that, but I didn't.
Yeah. And that's such a, you have to be really committed to it because you've only got the 5 per level. And so, if you crank off a bunch of super high value, potions like salmon roe, Nordic barnacle, and garlic.
Mm-hmm.
And where you're doing a level and a half every
potion.
Next thing you know, it's like, oh crap, I just leveled up 3 times, and I can only take the training for 1 level.
Yep. There's that. Yeah, and now that I've been doing smithing, I'm also leveling that up. So, and enchanting. I'm like level 80 something in enchanting now. So yeah, it does add stuff to my weapons and things like that, but also the enemies are just much, much harder.
Right.
And I haven't leveled up enough because I did a little destruction in the beginning, a little archery, just enough to stay alive while I was out there doing the things I wanted to do. And definitely paying the price as I try and actually do other things and actually go through these dungeons. So,
yeah.
But I picked up a crossbow too. So those are nice. I have because the Creation Club crossbow thing, you can have the crossbows now before Dawn Guard. So you don't have to wait for that. So I have a pretty decent crossbow, and I have to actually buy some more bolts. Actually, almost out. So yeah. Otherwise, that's kind of all I've been doing in the game. I was looking to I guess we can get back into Oblivion Dark Brotherhood at some point.
Yeah.
I have to see when everybody wants to do that. It's recent enough where I remember my character now. And that character is not too high level because all I did was the Thieves Guild with it in Oblivion. So I can move over to Dark Brotherhood and not be like some crazy level. That is the one thing in Oblivion, like if you level up too high before starting, not necessarily the Dark Brotherhood, but the main quest. Like I did one time I did everything else and then did the main quest.
Oh, right.
It is insanely hard because you get to like those, not just the Oblivion gates, but when you do Kvatch and there's that end battle, like in the courtyard, when you first kick off the main quest, like the Kvatch battle, you're just inundated with so many enemies at once. It's like, I was like, oh my God. I was like, what did I do? If you go in there lower level, it's actually a little easier than if you level up and go there. Because it just makes the enemies so much harder, and there's so many of them. It's like it just creates like this massive logjam of high level like Oblivion enemies, in that courtyard, and you just get like slaughtered. I was like, oh, that was a lesson learned there.
Yeah.
And the gates get harder, but they're there's strategies for getting through them anyway. Yeah, other than that, I think that's all I did and I played some Hitman.
Yeah,
I fell back into Hitman because it came on Game Pass, and I was like, oh, yeah. And I have Hitman 3 on PlayStation 5. But it came on Game Pass. I'm like, oh, I'll just play it out here while it's on Game Pass now. And so I fell back into the trap of doing my little quests and doing them 18 different ways to do all the different, get all the achievements and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a fun game, but it was the sneak on that is so hard.
Oh yeah.
And so I would get through the first part of a mission and, sneaking okay. And then I would just get to a point where I was always detected. And so then I would just, I would find a place I could hide with a good choke point and just, hunker down, get the enemies to come pouring through and just
take them all out.
End up with a giant body pile.
Yeah. The one, I think it's like there was one level in a hotel where I took out every person on the level and killed them, dumped them off the building. But more people will spawn, like random guests will spawn, not necessarily like other, like guards and things like that don't, but like other random people did. So I was like, oh man, this is like literally never going to end, because like they just, I would run from one room to the other and then all of a sudden they would kind of be back again. So I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to kill everyone. It's just not going to happen. But there was a lot of people on that level too. So it was a pretty big pile. I was like taking them all to like the basement or dumping them down the elevator shaft or whatever it was in the building. So, so I was messing around.
Get this elevator past the fourth floor.
Yeah, it has 75 bodies piled on top of it. Oh gosh. So I guess you haven't been in No Man's Sky either. No. Oh god. And you guys started New Vegas Roundtable?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and I had a heck of a time. So I didn't realize that when you uninstalled a game in Steam that it didn't completely uninstall the game.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, and so I had a bunch of mod files that didn't line up.
Oh god.
And so my game was crashing and crashing and crashing. So finally I just went through and I deleted all the folders, all the directory, everything from the registry in Windows, and just completely wiped the whole computer of anything New Vegas and then started over.
Oh man.
And so I didn't get to play my quests for this week's show
because you had to redo everything.
Because I was redoing all my mods.
Oh geez. Oh god.
So, but everything's working good now, so I'm pretty happy.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I didn't realize that it leaves some stuff behind when you uninstall it through Steam.
Yeah, it was quite annoying.
Yeah, that's kind of a pain. Oh man.
Yeah. It frees up the space on the hard drive because it tells the computer that it's okay to write there.
Okay.
But everything is technically still there.
It's still there though. It just be written over. I got it. Yeah. Oh my god.
So I don't know.
That seems fun.
Crazy computers.
Oh gosh. Well, I just posted the 4th episode of the original Roundtable the other day.
Cool.
If everybody's listening to that was from 2014. Sound quality may not be, maybe a little. It was 8 years ago. Yeah. So I've tried to run them through some noise things and clean them up a little bit, so they should be all right. But yeah, that was yeah, I didn't believe it was 8 years ago. It was crazy. But yeah, that's the very first roundtable ever created by Andrew.
Nice.
It's pretty much exactly like he does them now still.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much exactly the same. It's crazy. Let's Play Skyrim is still posting stuff. It's just reposting all the old shows. If you listened to it before, they're just being reposted on a new feed. And if you check the show notes, the merch store just set up that she does. What's the name of it? But it's in the links in the show notes. I forget the name that she uses for it. What is it? Or she had like the shirts and stuff like that she was doing or whatever.
Yeah.
I forget that. It's in the show notes. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's in the show notes, which is more important anyway because there's an actual link.
Yeah.
But that's all I have. Anything else going on?
No, I think that's about it on my end.
Yeah. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.